So the last time we were here with Selma Ellie, who is the Public Education Assistant, Communications, Sales and Marketing of SWMCOL. We're speaking about the no pollution resolution.
The no pollution resolution, yes.
So the last time I was here, I got a really nice water bottle.
Yes, because I know that you've been drinking more water, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because our ministry and also us, they're saying that this is going to be a very dry season. So I knew that was going to happen, and so I gave you the water bottle.
You see, you're forward thinking. That's what was happening.
Of course.
You know, and in regards to becoming more green and doing things that are more environmentally friendly, we need to be forward thinking.
Definitely. We need to think about our future, because our actions now, the consequences will come in the future, and that's our generations to come. So we need to be forward thinking at all times.
You know, because we are the ones that are setting the tone and the pace for, you know, our children and grandchildren and generations after that.
Of course.
So it's the choices we make now.
Definitely. And I'm glad that you use that word, choices, because that's what the no pollution resolution is about. We want you to make a conscientious decision to make a better choice. And so in front of me, I have Richie's mug, because he was not here the last time. And I know he drinks a lot of coffee. So instead of buying coffee and using a paper cup, if he uses this mug, it's reusable.
Right.
Right? And that's one choice he could make to help to save the environment.
Because what we're doing is staying away from the single-use disposable items. Right.
We don't want to use single-use items. So those are plastic forks, plastic bottles, paper cups. When we use those things once and we throw them away, we're adding to the waste.
Right.
Right? And then we have to take our very, very important resources to create more, to use it once and then throw it away. So we want to get persons thinking about the end result of their waste from the time they purchase it. And the best way to do that is to not purchase it and use something that's more sustainable. And that's what we're talking about in the no pollution resolution.
All right, so how do we get, I mean, like, it's a big issue and it's a lot to tackle, especially in Trinidad and Tobago. We have been marked as one of the countries with a very high carbon emission in the world. So how do we change the culture then? How do we get to that mindset of less consumption of, you know, especially single-use containers and things that create pollution?
And that's a very important question, because when we are rated against the world for our population size, we create a lot of waste. As a matter of fact, in Trinidad and Tobago, we generate 700,000 tons of waste per year.
700,000
tons of waste. So if we're looking at something to quantify it, the male African elephant is the largest land mammal, and they weigh 7 tons. That is 100,000 male African elephants coming down Frederick Street. That's the amount of waste we generate.
Per year?
And
it's not to say it's, you know, over a decade or something like that.
No,
that's
this
a lot of waste
every year. And research has shown that 70% of that waste does not even need to be in our landfills. We could actually prevent it from getting there by using the 3 R's: reducing, reusing, and recycling. And that's where the no pollution resolution comes about. When we think about the amount of waste we generate and what that is causing to us, then we have no choice but to make that change.
Right.
A lot of people forget, or they don't realize, that the amount of pollution we generate also contributes to climate change.
Right.
You know, being in the Caribbean, we feel the effects of it. Mia Motley, late last year, when she spoke at the UN, she was talking about the fact that they're disputing whether 2 degrees makes a difference. For us in the Caribbean, it makes all the difference.
It definitely
We
does.
are completely surrounded by water. That means that our water levels would rise. It means that there's less land for us. It means that it affects our health, our food, our infrastructure. Everything is connected.
Yeah, all it is 2 degrees.
2 degrees is all it takes. And that changes our life. And it's not just us, it changes the generations to come.
Correct.
But it's not too late. We can make a change, and every decision that we make counts. So something as simple as choosing to not use plastic bags, that makes a difference. You know, a lot of people think that's a difficult thing to do, when really it's not.
Right.
I'm pretty sure everybody has a reusable bag at home. We don't think it's reusable. It's a market bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Everybody, when they go to the market on a Saturday or on a Sunday, they walk with their market bag. they bring it home, they clean it, and they put it away to use it again.
Right.
When you use a market bag, you reduce the number of plastic bags that you use because you don't need to hold that many bags.
Right.
Your market bag has already been reused or recycled because that's the material it's made out of. And then you don't throw away the market bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Your market bag
you
lasts
don't
for
come home.
years.
You don't come home Sunday after making market and say, okay, this was a nice market bag, and throw it in the bin.
Exactly. You keep it and you reuse it. So those are the actions we want to go back to. Before, people didn't buy coffee on the go. You had the coffee in a cup.
Coffee in your cup at home, or now we have travel mugs like this nice gift that you got for Richie here.
Something as simple as filling your own water.
Right.
We're not saying not to purchase water. We're saying to be smart about it.
Right.
So if you know that you are going to buy a small bottle of water and you need 3 of that for the day, buy a bigger one.
Right.
So that's 1 bottle as opposed to 3.
3.
Make smarter choices. And of course, that plastic bottle could be recycled. So find a recycling bin and put it in that.
All right. So what about some of the giveaways and stuff with the no pollution resolution?
I'm glad you asked because the competition is still on. The competition runs until the end of February. And we have up to $30,000 in prizes. So what you do, you can go onto our Facebook page and either play the game. And so once you play the game, you take a picture once you won and you send it to us in a message.
Right.
You put your name and a way to contact you. If you're not a gamer, you can simply make your no pollution resolution and post it on our Facebook page or send it to us via message. And what is a no pollution resolution? Like I said earlier, it's a simple promise that is sustainable and you're going to make it and keep it. We don't want people to say, well, I am going to cut the grass in my community and everything is going to be 1 inch high and they're going to measure that with a ruler.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
You want to do something that's easy for you to do. So for example,
that's practical.
You could decide when you go to buy lunch, you're not going to take a plastic spoon or fork. You could walk with your own.
Right.
Yeah. So I actually have one of those in my bag. And so this is what we're talking about. You could have
so it's a little pouch.
A little pouch. So even if I'm rushing and I don't get to bring lunch, I don't have to take a fork.
Right.
Everybody has a fork at home, and we do what we usually do. You wash the fork out and you put it back. So the next time I'm looking for something, I already have my cutlery. And it's
so
that
small
easy.
And neat, it's
exactly.
It's very portable.
So even if you don't have a pouch, before I had this, I had mine in a Ziploc bag.
Right.
So when I'm finished eating, I find the kitchen and wash it out, I dry it and put it back in my bag, and it goes in my handbag. So this is something sustainable. I do not need to use single-use plastics like the forks and the spoons. Yeah, because those plastics takes many, many years before they break down.
They break down, and still, even when they break down, they're not, like biodegraded.
Exactly. They don't rot the way a banana peel will do. They'll just get smaller. And that also makes it easier for other animals to consume them. And then sometimes we consume those animals like fishes. And so that's what we mean when we make a no pollution resolution.
Right?
It has to be something sustainable and something easy for you to do. I know the last time I was here, you said that you would use your water bottle instead of buying water.
Right.
And I'm sure that helps you a lot.
That definitely helps. All right, Selma Ellie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You are the Public Education Assistant, Communications, Sales and Marketing.